Hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing another tier list, and to celebrate the release of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which was amazing, please go see it, I'm going to do a tier list of all the sagas spanning from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super. I have these arranged to the best of my ability. There is a lot of them, so let's get to it, shall we? So we got the Emperor Pilaf Saga. I love Dragon Ball. It had a bit of a rocky start at first, for sure. Definitely a lot of charming moments introducing characters. Emperor Pilaf and their gang, they had their moments, but this almost killed the series, which was definitely redeemed by the next saga, which is the Tournament Saga, which this is where Dragon Ball starts feeling like Dragon Ball. Like, the martial arts that you get in this and how creative the training is, it's just like the final showdown between Goku and Master Roshi. Oh, it's some of the best choreography today. We are going to put this bad boy in A tier. It's not quite Z tier, which, see what I did there? Not quite Z tier, but it's really, really good. As for all the Red Ribbon Army and Commander Red, Commander Blue, whatever, I'm kind of pairing those together because those kind of all flow together. It's good. For some reason, when I rewatch the show, I don't revisit very often, but there's a lot of charming moments. It's very entertaining. It's a good change of pace because it steps away from the martial arts and goes back into like the adventure that you started the show with. So I'm gonna throw that in B tier. That was pretty enjoyable. You got the Fortune Teller Baba Saga. I see. I'm an easy crowd for tournament sagas, even if they're not super great. This one's pretty lackluster, but one thing that sticks out to me is Goku finally getting to meet Grandpa Gohan, which is really, really cool. Or see him again, I guess. Does it redeem it, though? C tier. No, it does not. Kind of misses the mark there. Next, we got Tian Shinhan Saga. That's another A tier. If I could put it just a little bit below the Tournament Saga, the first one, I would. But still very, very solid saga. Next, we get the King Piccolo Saga. Again, this is another big one for Dragon Ball because we get a main big baddie. It's not amazing, but it definitely is very important for the foundation of what Dragon Ball would become. But it's pretty entertaining. I'm going to put in B. Piccolo Jr. That's a Z, baby. I think that might be our first Z. Piccolo Jr. Saga is very, very, very good. And I think it wraps up the original Dragon Ball very much the way everybody wanted it to. Alright, on to Z territory. Again, I'm going to group the Raditz Saga and the Saiyan Saga because essentially they're the same. Those are an easy A. Very easy A. Tiptoeing on Z. Not quite there. But just the bomb they drop that Goku is an alien and that's how he's insanely powerful. And then just introducing like Saiyans, and then you got Vegeta and Nappa. Everybody's just eating up every single second of screen time they got. So always love to go back to it. Now again, the Namek and the Captain Ginyu Saga, same saga. You could argue the Frieza Saga is too, but it's a little different. Now the difference is the pacing. There are good moments in this saga, for sure. But boy does it drag, because the cat and mouse games are very charming and very exciting to watch for a while. And of course, you get, Vegeta's reactions that are always over the top and hilarious. But it definitely drags. I don't know if it's C tier worthy. I'm going to put in B. It's still very good. Now, the Frieza Saga. Shablammy blam. Z, baby. Absolutely Z. Like, every time you think of Dragon Ball Z, this is what you think of. Think of this right here. Goku delivering his not so manga accurate speech, which is the most popular thing he's ever said. You get the Frieza fight, Vegeta's speech to Goku. It's probably the best of Dragon Ball right here. Garlic Jr. Saga. Not exactly an F. It's not exactly a D either. Kind of somewhere in the middle. I'm going to throw it in D because it gives my boy Gohan. Gives my boy Gohan some more screen time, which he very much deserves. Even though it's kind of lackluster and really, really boring and doesn't add anything to the plot. But hey, I'll take it. More Dragon Ball is good to me. Trunks Saga, Android Saga, Imperfect Cell, Perfect Cell, Cell games. I'm going to split this up into the Trunks Saga and the Android Saga. Again, had the same problem as the Namek Saga, whereas cool stuff happens. Just the pacing is very, very slow. And it takes a lot to get good. Doesn't make it bad, but it makes it difficult to revisit. It's not nearly as rewatchable as the other sagas. So I'm going to do B. I like B. I like Android 17, 18, and 19. No. Yeah, 16, 17, 18. It's hard to get them. 19 and 20. Oh my God. What were they thinking with the designs of those guys? And they're just so one beat and one dimensional. I'm glad Toriyama's editor spoke up and said something about them sucking. Which, another reason why we got this guy is also because of the editor. So thank you there. Cell Saga. That's another easy Z right there. Easy. What is not to like? Like, Cell is a perfect villain. You still get all the ambivalence of Vegeta, like kind of tiptoeing towards good guy, but he's still bad. I mean, you get Gohan's moment, like all the culmination of his buildup. It finally happens, and it's like, gorgeous, gorgeous. So, love the Cell Game Saga. Now, I don't know if this is the correct order, but I'm guessing it is. This is the Otherworld Saga. Definitely filler. I mean, it was cut from Kai, so it was filler. I actually had a great time with this. It was very, very creative. It just kind of went balls to the walls with its ideas, and I mean, we got Piccolo. Come on, Piccolo needs to be canon. So, no, I like this one. I'm going B tier. That's a solid B tier. Okay. Great Saiyaman can be by itself. Great Saiyaman. It was a change of pace, for sure. It definitely leaned a lot more into comedy. Kind of landed, kind of didn't. I know it's cringy. It was supposed to be. Didn't really work for me, but again, it was cool to see more of Gohan. C. I'm sorry, Gohan. I'm sorry, buddy. It was I go back to it, but it's a bit of a slog sometimes. I'm gonna group this all into Boo Saga. Even the Peaceful World Saga. That is all Boo. Again, I have a bit of a soft spot for the Boo Saga. It is a hot mess, for sure. But you get a lot of cool stuff that comes in it. And a lot of really charming character interactions, especially like, you know, with Gotenks and Piccolo and Vegeta and Goku. And you can't really get that because the last sagas, they were kind of building up all that stuff and those relationships. Oh, yeah, and even Mr. Satan and Boo. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in the saga that people kind of overlook. Almost want to put in B. I'm going to put in B. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I enjoyed this very much. It's definitely the weakest of all the Z sagas, for sure. In terms of, like, the big baddies, but yeah, I like the Boo saga. Oh, yeah, almost forgot you there, buddy. All right. On to Super. Again, very divisive show. It's half and half. It's a bowl of Lucky Charms. Like, half of it is the yummy, delicious, tasty marshmallows. The other half is the boring shit that everybody picks out. Unfortunately for this, for the Beer Saga, I have to go with the show version. I can't go with the movie version. If it was movie version, boom, that'd be C tier. Show version. C. Sorry. I gotta put in C. And I know it's unfortunately not the creator's fault. I know they were under a lot of deadline difficulties and production difficulties. But even that aside, like, taking something that's this long and stretching it to be this long, it did not work. It did not work in this case. And it especially didn't work for this guy here. It did not work for Resurrection F. Yeah, it's probably F. Every time I watch the show, I skip it. The movie's good. It's not great. It's good. I'd probably put the movie in B tier. It's pretty solid. Universe 6 Saga. Again, soft spot for tournament sagas. So that's going to be B. I mean, watching Beerus argue with his brother, you get Hit, you get Super Saiyan and Kaioken times 10. A lot of really cool stuff. Oh, Kaba and Vegeta's relationship, that was cool. A lot of cool stuff here. This is another one I don't know if it's in the right spot, but I did my best here. The Copy Vegeta Saga. Sorry, that's going to be another F for me. Bonus points for Brian Drummond being the voice of the Copy Vegeta in the dub. That was very clever. Does move up to a D, but I see what you did there. Good job. Good job, guys. You did good. Future Trunks Saga. That's A. If it was... It has Z potential, for sure. If it was truncated and they didn't have to go back and forth so often as they did, and Goku didn't forget things, and the ending, I mean, everybody knows the ending is horrible. If they fix that, that'd be a Z. But as it is, it's even tiptoeing towards a B, but I'm going to stick it at A. Be nice to my boy Trunks. Now, Universal Conflict and Universal Survival. That's just condensing that. Tournament of Power. That's what that is to me. Same case as the Future Trunks Saga for me. I'm going to throw that in A tier. Really, really, really should have been truncated. Because you get the beginning where they're recruiting everybody. It's awesome. Like, the build-up is there. You're building up all these characters and motivations and whatnot. And then, probably like an episode in the tournament, the momentum just dies. And you don't really get much, and the pacing is like surprisingly slow, and you get kind of tired of all the fighting. But there are, of course, some really standout moments. Like, I mean, Ultra Instinct, like, you finally get that payoff of Ultra Instinct, and seeing all these characters you've grown up in love taking on people like this, it does have its moments. And I go back to watch it all the time. But it could have been better. It could have been a lot better. if it was just a lot was cut from it. A little short round. I won't even organize them. Baby Saga. This is the only saga I liked. Throw that in the B tier. I'm assuming, I can't read this. I'm assuming that's Omega Shenron. I mean, story-wise, it was really bland, but I mean, seeing like Super Saiyan, what is it, Gogeta? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that was cool. The fight was good, and the Spirit Bomb at the end, that was great. D, sorry. Nope, you're going to D. Super 17. Oh, that was bad. 17 was bad. That was horrible. It wasn't even that long. There's no consequences, no threat. It was just so boring. This is Black Star. Black Star. Also D. Apologies for any lovers of GT. I am not one. I tried. I gave an honest attempt. Maybe I would have liked it if it aired back in my time, but I'm a late bloomer when it comes to Dragon Ball. This is probably the last show I watched. Can't win them all. Yeah, so that was my tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please feel free to rip me apart in the comment section, as per usual with these kind of videos. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys have a good night. Peace.